As calendrical subterfuge, Kubrick ends the Danny Halloran interview with a date marker. The month is a Julian calendar moon period. Time in The Shining will be exhibited by this phase's measurement, then days and later by hours. Closing day equals Halloween. Ullman says their season runs to October 30th, a clever use of hidden identity for a day. All Hallows Eve, is Halloween a day or night? Then a month later equals November 30 or perhaps December 1. Kubrick is playing with our ability to follow both the nuances of hidden set distortions and these apparent lengths of time which are used repeatedly yet are strangely approximate. What is a month later? Halloween is the only anchor date the film utilizes in present day, and of course, we end on a date before this in actual time, July 4, 1921. Established keeps Volkswagen Beetle in frame center. Smoke pours from a chimney. Evidence of fireplace, a mirror to the first cigarette campfire in the Boulder apartment at wildly different scales, but same size optically. A loon howls off-screen. This is another initial scene reference, animal life like the Roadrunner show. Compacting these two moments. While Danny begins to explore hotel on tricycle, his loud wheels are silenced upon riding over Navajo rugs, silence like the beetle. Danny makes his presence known by making noise, like announcing himself. These are his clouds, similar to the folds of clouds that ended the closing day driving sequence. Spirits are watching him. Navajo rugs are storytelling systems without alphabets in a language invented and woven by women. Danny, who has never toured the Colorado Lounge previously in the film, explores the hotel from his lower vantage parallax. Restless and curious. The initial floor he travels upon, and loops back to, is red, an extension of the bloody witnesses spilling onto the floor. Kubrick carefully inverts the beetle's journey by painting a double line made out of reflected light onto the red surface and framing Danny right. Inversely, Danny speeds past the camera, while Jack's beetle was overtaken. Island arrow blanket forms replicate the movement of the island at film's beginning. It is the camera eyebeam that is traveling. The loop is unlike the car's journey. It is a continuum. And we watch it in between Wendy's obvious and unseen elevator trip. Wendy also is vehicular. She wheels breakfast from the kitchen, which appears to be located behind the gold ballroom. She exits from the left of the T-shaped entrance corridor. Later and earlier in the film, we will notice a wall of B&W photos that seem to discredit this reverse view. Jack actually looks back at them later in the film. Final location of the film, the photo on wall, here is bordered by mirrors that later become Navajo rugs. These are memory animations, continuity disturbances. The Navajo rugs are mirrors. On the third floor she approaches from the elevator unseen in shot. The elevator scene has been coyly edited out, a suggestion it is a portal. The new view of the exterior of the apartment reveals a coffee machine. A machine that pours fluid, like the elevator, and mirrors her pouring coffee seconds later. Coffee machine also looks exactly like food dispensing machine aboard the Discovery in 2001. And it predicts thematically meals there and here. She carries a tray into the apartment where Jack sleeps, inside a mirror. She is dressed in same colors as the twins. And she pours his coffee. A visual taunt, pouring in a mirror, things that pour in the film red, brown, yellow. The spirit that followed us to the hotel, appeared behind Ullman and formed in his hands. The eagle, appears on Jack's shirt now. Before Jack describes déjà vu, he stares into mirror camera, at the audience not at himself, sticking his tongue out malevolently. House is suggesting there are now two Jacks. Jack first stares at us directly during interview and now through this mirror. In reverse, we re-establish we are outside the mirror. We can read Stovington. He dips bacon into yolk like French fries and ketchup. It continues yellow from last scene to next. I mean, we've all had cases of déjà vu, but this is ridiculous. Déjà vu is a neurophenomenological event in which what has just happened has happened before. Jack will later lose the ability to sleep, oversleeps. It's about 11:30. Wendy is offered sarcasm in reply to her positivist encouragement. Yup, that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Kubrick's dialogue is usually double-fisted. Jack's earlier sarcasm. He saw it on the television reminds us about Danny's first scene, and it is the beginning of Jack's malevolence. Sarcasm is a tonal shift that alters the meaning of words to their opposites, a form of verbal mirroring. It looks the same on a page, but it is not. Later in the film he keeps sarcastic tone, but he actually does mean it. I'm just going to bash your brains in.
Light of my life. I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in.
The dissolve is to a typewriter accompanied by booming sounds. A cigarette burns but is not smoked like Wendy in Danny's first scene. The eagle from his shirt is now the typewriter's logo, a thunderbird. We see the word Adler, German for eagle, below its symbol form. This is a device that summarizes thoughts through QWERTY English storage. A device that encodes information for a culture linearly, manual, black and white.